Hey everybody, it's Gina again. Thank you for this awesome opportunity to do this step series that I made uniquely for you. But in return, I've learned so much, and hopefully this step series will help other people along the way. I just want to tell you that I love you so much, and I have the privilege of carrying the message today and not the mess. And, we've hopefully built a strong foundation. We understand that we have an allergy to drugs and alcohol, which could be kicked off, or it is kicked off with the first one of anything. And then all bets are off. I'm not only powerless over alcohol, my life is unmanageable. Left to my own devices, it's a disaster every time. And only a spiritual experience can conquer this. And in step 2, we learned that, it's absolutely necessary to have open-mindedness. And in step 3, we have the opportunity to hire new management. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. And who likes to admit complete defeat? Practically nobody, the book says. And I was one of them. My mind was sickened, very sickened, and only a spiritual experience could conquer that. And failure to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understood it, remember, it was a God that made sense to me, caused me negative consequences every single time. And we talked about the difference of submission and surrender. And when we submitted to this program for other people or whatever the reasons were, we were still left with that restless, irritable, and discontent feeling. The hole, that can only be filled up by a power greater than ourselves. And surrender left me with no lurking notion. I didn't entertain the thoughts anymore. And in society today, that word surrender, it carries a negative connotation. In battle, when you surrender, it usually you're in fear and you're in prison. You go to prison. And when we surrender in the fellowship, it's because we have faith, and we're no longer imprisoned. We're set free, and that's the beauty of step 3. So I was not only restored to sanity, and we looked at that, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, I damn well knew them. And somebody once told me that it was kind of like at the end of a season when a baseball team, had 0 wins. What do? They fire their manager. And God never fires us, but gives us the opportunity to hire new management. And now that we have a new director being all-powerful, miracles happen in my life, which sometimes they're undescribable, and, it doesn't happen by luck. I put a lot of effort into getting high, getting drunk, getting the next one. And it was agreed upon in the beginning that I was willing to go to any length for victory over alcohol. And I don't, lose that urgency, the sense of urgency today. I used to. Things would get good quickly. When I followed the program, basically, I always called it firing myself. And the truth was, I just hired a new manager, and I would lose the sense of urgency that brought me in the first place, and I would relapse and go back out. To this day, I have not lost the commitment to my commitment, and I stay vigilant all the time. So now that we have this new employer, wonderful and extraordinary things can happen for us. And I would like to get into step 4, which we're going to search fearlessly. You know, unresolved resentments can lead me back to the great obsession, which is one more of anything would be a good idea. And by now, I know it's not. And, you know, sometimes we're afraid, but this is a process that's necessary for us to keep going. And I want to get better. And I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to help you guys get better along the way. And I'm looking forward to doing step 4 with you next time I do a video. And I just want to let you know that I love you. And if you have any questions, just write them down and we'll go over them. We'll examine them. Thank you so much and have a great day.